Welcome back, everybody, to episode number
42
of Off the Field Podcast.
Yes. So we thought we were going to skip an episode of Off the Field Podcast, but no,
No.
not happening. And I'd actually like to give this credit to Captain America from softball, a.k.a. Julio. We were going to skip an episode because we just didn't know how I was going to do it. I'm going to be in New York for a whole week. So it was looking quite impossible. But this is actually an easy episode to do, a Q&A episode. We had you guys on Instagram send in questions, and you guys fired away. So we got tons ready. We also asked on this YouTube channel for questions. So here's how we're going to handle it. We're going to take all of the ones from Instagram, which I've separated into subcategories, and then we will answer the YouTube ones. And also, just one little thing before we start firing away at the Q&A. The reason I was so mysterious, I guess, a couple episodes ago about why there's going to be more for me in New York is because I haven't told anybody this except Mobo and Captain America, not even the people I'm going on that trip with. I'm going to the Gold Glove Awards for MLB, and they will find out during that trip. This episode will be up by the time they'll know already. So now I can say it in this episode. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
I love your idea of just dropping them off at the airport and be like, later, guys, I'm not going to get
Oh, I ain't dropping them off. I don't have a car in New York. I'll send them on. I'll say goodbye to them into their Uber, and I'll be like, bye. And they're like, wait, come on. And I'm like, no. I'm here for 3 more days.
It's going to be the full 3 days, or is it the 2 nights and then?
So originally we were supposed to stay the 4th through the 7th. Then Tony Todd came through with an invite to the MLB Gold Glove Awards. And so now I'll be there the 8th, 9th, 10th, and then fly home early in the morning on the 11th.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Nice.
So let's start with the Q&A episode for Off the Field Podcast.
Let's get into it.
We got all those ones on our Instagram, Off the Field Podcast, which you should follow. We're trying to break 1,000 followers on there. Please help us out.
Come on, guys.
We're going to start with pod-related questions. So, first one. Why did you guys decide to create a pod? Well, it was my idea, and Mobo wasn't even a guarantee to be the co-host, if I'm being honest, at the beginning. It was an idea I wanted to do for a while, and the first person that I actually asked to be my co-host was Sweater, and that just didn't happen. I mean, I asked, I think a couple months went by, I didn't take it too seriously, and the motivation wasn't there yet, and then, I was like, I don't know if Sweater's not the most outgoing on camera, I would say. So then I was like, months went by. I was like, maybe Mobo would want to do it. Because obviously it has to be somebody that lives close to me. And I was like, okay, well, Sweater's always lived around. Mobo's not far. Cap's not far. And I was like, me and Mobo are good friends. And we always have been. And I was like, and Mobo's a personality. Easily. I was like, and the people love Mobo. And I was like, let's see if Mobo wants to do it.
I got to say, I love the people.
And then I asked you, and then I felt extra motivated because you were, and then I bought all the shit, and we're doing a pod. Yeah.
I mean, it's been a blast. I mean, I just love kicking it with him regardless. And like he says, really good friends. I mean, we're nearby. One of the things that worked out, at the time, I was kind of looking for something to really just do and kind of commit to, so the pod was pretty much perfect. It's helping me break out of my shell even more.
It's also a good way to see each other, so we're not long gaps of not seeing each other, because I just always want to stay involved with my friends' lives.
Dude, I feel bad. There's a friend I'm gonna see next week while you're gone, and I haven't seen him in, I want to say 7 months. I feel really bad, but you know what? You got to keep those good people. You got to keep them in touch.
And personally, I've always want to expand my content. So I have my own YouTube channel where I grind every day and post every day. And I was like, let's add more. So then I started the podcast, and I was like, I think we have a good enough host with me and him to have a podcast, and a good enough base to where we can start it. And we have tons of guests, which you guys have seen plenty of, and we can still have more where we have content creators, and the bigger it gets, the more opportunities will come. So thank you guys for watching every week and subscribing, and listening because it helps. And obviously, another thing, I love doing this so much, YouTube and creating. I'm my own boss and make my own hours. And I want all my friends that I love to have that too, because a 9 to 5, being an employee for some jerk boss, I don't want them to live like that. So the bigger we can get all this, the more fun we can have with all of it. Then maybe one day they can also step down and be like, you know what? I don't need you anymore. I can do what I want on my hours, make what I want.
Yeah.
And that's the goal, is to bring all the people I care about to do this. Right now, we're still trying, but help us out, and hopefully I can obtain that and help everybody out.
We're going to get there, bro.
What's your favorite thing about making the podcast? I'm going to do that between every question because it's going to help me out editing this video. So if you guys hear claps like that, that means we're going to the next question. Favorite thing about making the podcast, seeing Mobo every week is cool because we get to stay in touch and keep up and not stay out of each other's lives. So
I was going to say an interesting thing too. We never cease to amaze one another because something always happens within a week.
Yeah. Lately it's been you in your car.
It's
for you.
It's always been something with me. But
Yeah.
I mean, you, it's like a trip here. I got this event there. I'm doing this. Like, dude, you're all over the place and it's crazy. But like I said, love making the videos.
Yeah. So as long as we always have something to talk about, that's fun. Getting the guests, like having the softball crew was on. I think one of my favorite things after we finish an episode with the crew, most of them, they always come in and they're like, oh, I'm nervous. I don't know. And then by the end of it, they're like, that was really fun. Like just talking. That's all it is.
I'll never forget Sweater. As soon as Sweater was done, takes everything off and he's like, dude, that was fun.
Yeah.
I want to do that again.
Yeah, it's easy. Like, all right, so let's go with this one. Favorite guest on the podcast so far? I think mine would have to be Dallas.
Dallas?
Dallas. Either Dallas or Jackson. Jackson was a lot of fun to talk to. Dallas was very funny to talk to because nobody really knows Dallas yet at that time. And we knew him, but we didn't really know him, you know?
Yeah.
And little do we know he'd be top 3 funniest episodes of this podcast. So
for me, I feel like it's got to be in between the episode where we had Jeff on just because it was so chaotic. Mm-hmm. Jeff's episode was so much fun, and Andy's. I loved just deep diving with him and just hearing everything in detail. Because I mean, you guys have seen over the episodes, you know, we get a chance to bring light to people that you guys don't really see that much, and then you know, you bring back the memories and you create the memories just in the story alone of having them with you.
I think top 3 funniest episodes for sure were Andy, Fireball, Dallas.
Yeah,
I would say. And now we will go to softball related questions.
Softball.
So, what's the funniest thing that has ever happened at softball? Honestly, I can't think of a moment that had me dying or laughing.
Yeah.
But in general, just having Andy there. Because Andy has missed a lot of time recently. He has not left Dodger Films. I know people leave for like one episode and they're like, oh my God, are they gone? No, he had a child. So obviously he's very busy.
Yeah.
He also does not live that close to where we play. And when Andy's there, it's different. It's more fun. It's funnier because Andy's just funny. So having Andy there just makes everything funny. So I can't think of something specific, but yeah, Andy.
For me personally, I'm probably going to go. This is just a series of moments that just snowball because it happens so much.
Yeah.
Whenever Bobby's on the camera and he's recording something, it's super hype and it's out of nowhere. Somebody makes a like superhuman play to cut the rally and to cut the momentum, and just to hear his anger of no, it always cracks me up. It always makes me laugh.
The blood curdling no.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. How do you guys get your nicknames? I think me and Mobo fall into the same category for this.
Yeah.
Our clothes.
I wore a shirt. The rest is history.
Yeah, his shirt had a little dog on it. Said Mobo underneath.
Little sunglasses.
Which is
modern baseball. Although they didn't want to make their acronym MOBA.
Yeah, but what is that?
Modern baseball.
Yeah,
it's a band. If
there you
people
go.
don't know, it's a music band.
And then for me, I caught on to Bobby naming people after what they were wearing, so I kind of manifested my name. And I was like, I had like at least a week to think about it because I was like, I see what he's doing. And he hadn't called me anything yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, what do I want to be? A superhero? Who's a cool superhero? Spider-Man's a cool superhero. And there you go. I have the OG Spider-Man shirt still, the one that I wore to convince him to call me Spidey.
Is that the red and black one?
It's just black and it has a giant red spider on it.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, just clothes. Pretty simple. And now, all-time favorite softball game you've each played in. For me, I don't think this answer ever changes. I got hit in the face, lost some teeth, was back 1 week later, hit a home run in my first game back. Game 27 of the on-season series, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was on season for sure.
that game.
Me, I'm going to go with like a more recent one. I want to say it was almost a year and a half ago, or off season. I want to say it was the off season or the on season championship that we had at the field that we play at. I
Really?
hit the go ahead home run and we won by 1.
Oh, okay. I know what you're
where I was
talking about.
MVP.
I know which one you're talking
Did
about.
it for the coop and the cup.
Would you guys host a softball meet like Austin did 3 years ago? Yeah, that's never out of the question. It's obviously a huge thing to plan, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I would love to do it again, and it was a lot of fun. And I would do it better this time because the softballs we bought last time were those squishy ones, so like nobody was hitting like as good as they should have been. Although maybe that might be a good thing because then I can't get sued.
Everybody show up at your own risk.
Yeah, maybe I'll make a waiver next time.
Dude, if we use the balls that we used in softball,
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of people would
Oh
get
yeah.
smacked.
You know what? Next time, if another one happens, I am definitely making a waiver.
Just use like the squishy balls, honestly.
Yeah. No, I'll make a waiver because it's more fun. Like the squishy ones, you could hit the piss out of it and it goes like to shallow left.
I was gonna say you guys can go back into like the most recent meet and greet that he did. Everybody, the balls, like you said, they weren't really flying that much, and the one ball we threw to Batman,
Oh yeah. He
Addy
crushed
came
it.
back, dude. It was
Yeah.
out.
All right. If you could choose one, I like this question. If you asked a good question, I'm going to put you on a pedestal. This was a really good one. Jeremy is the boss. If you could choose one city to play softball in for a video, where would it be and why? It's between two places for me.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, just because Pittsburgh is beautiful. That was the only reason myself, Sweater, Art, and Jeff wanted to go, is because we knew how beautiful PNC Park was, home of the Pirates, and the city, and we were right. And so to play with that in the background would be amazing. And Chicago. Chicago falls under the same reason.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
beautiful, especially if it's exactly like it was when we were there last, when we were in downtown. Beautiful, sunny. I'm not even kidding. California, it's like if you guys don't know what contrast is, because I've been doing photo editing for years, it's like, I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. Here, Mobo,
What?
tell them what I'm grabbing.
Okay, so right now he's grabbing a red bag and a red pillow.
So this is the best way I could describe it. These are both red, right?
Yeah.
So this I would say is low in contrast. This is high in contrast.
Correct. It's more full of life.
Yeah, it's more. It has more life on it, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And that is what Chicago was when we were there. The grass was greener. The sky was bluer.
Dude, that time it was so depressing in Cali.
Yeah,
It was so gloomy.
Cali just feels gray. Like the colors feel like they've been soaked out.
Yeah.
Chicago, they don't. And so I'd love to play in Chicago.
Honestly, underrated spot. I would even want to play by the water. The water was like green
In Chicago?
bluish. Yeah, the
Yeah.
lake. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks so sick.
Yeah, I agree. Some of you might be saying, why not New York? We did play in New York. Fun fact.
With the Statue of Liberty behind us.
So might as well tell you everywhere we have played. New York, Toronto, attempted in London, which turned into a form of Chicago. We played Chicago ball?
Chicago ball. It was both.
Which
Chicago.
I will not hide this. I do not like Chicago ball at all. I hate it.
Is it too slow pace for you?
First of all, that ball is not soft. And you don't have a glove. It is your bare hands.
You just gotta like cup it in a certain way.
And I'm honestly, my mind is blown anytime people are like, yeah, I like Chicago ball. And I'm like, why?
The only thing I will say, it's so anticlimactic to hit it and to just see it thud down.
Exactly.
That's my one gripe with it. But apart from that,
But yeah, I think those are the only places in California. Oh, in Arizona. We played in Arizona too. But yeah, so for me, Chicago and Pittsburgh. You just Chicago?
I would say Chicago. You know what? I would love to play probably in like San Fran.
That'd be a cool.
Somewhere by the bay would be nice.
That's one of the most transformed cities from when I was a child to now.
Yeah. It got nicer and it got worse at the same time.
When I was a kid, it was so nice. It was amazing. When we went in 2020, it was probably more homeless than LA. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And a lot, like as much trash as New York City. Like it was bad. And now I hear there's just a ton of crime in San Fran and Oakland. So I don't know what happened over there, but it's not the same San Fran to me.
Times have not been pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. The claps. Favorite softball memory. Well, that's kind of similar to the one I answered about what's our favorite game, but I guess if it's not personal related, not gonna lie, the game we just played, like literally just this past weekend, that's gonna be in like top 5 favorite memories for me.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. Even though you guys, it'll be a bit before you guys see it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and it was close from the start.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been.
Back and forth.
But that was a really fun game.
Great one.
It's hard for me to say the one that most people remember, which is the On-Kit Championship walk-off.
Yeah.
Because I was on the losing team. So it's tough for me on that one. I'm always like, I didn't win that one.
I think I was on that team with you.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun, but I will say this. The pop of hearing it go was wild.
Yeah. It just sucked because you wished you were on that team. You were like, I want to be over there.
I want to win. I want to win.
Gabe's first home run was lit.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of those ones where it's like we didn't care what team. I was on the opposite team of Gabe, and I ran in and was like, yeah. But those are the ones that come to my mind as favorite softball memories. Any for you that are different?
Any for me? Let's see. You know what? A little biased. My first walk-off grand slam. Just kind of wild because up till that point, I hadn't really like played anything organized or any baseball or softball, and just to start barely hitting it good and then hit that was kind of wild to me.
Yeah.
Another memorable one. You know what? There's a memory that always it lives rent free in me, and it's Cap completely laying out from playing Rover into like shallow left to catch a ball that he like somehow.
Is it when he's wearing his Giants gear?
No.
Oh,
he was like in a white. Do you remember the white jersey he used to wear?
The
white
Cap
Captain
jersey?
America? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in that with like black shorts and the baseballism hat that he wore.
Yeah.
And he somehow fell, but as he fell, he picked it up, like backhanding it.
I don't remember that. Oh, no.
It was, dude, that was
I just
crazy
remembered.
to me.
We'll go back to this. A funniest moment from softball. I think it's the On-Kit Championship game where I think, do you remember Alex, right?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he slides down in front of Art as Art's trying to chase the ball, and then Art has to step over him.
And he hurdled over him.
He's sort of like, what are you doing? That always makes me laugh when I see that.
God, we got to clip that. That was beautiful.
It's not a funny moment, but an oh moment is on that same field. Gio jumped over the tag at home plate, and that was one of the most crazy things I've ever seen in our games.
Was I there for that game? I don't remember.
Whoever caught it swiped low, and then Gio just did like a bunny hop over the glove, and I was like, huh? Like, that one. And walk-offs also, those are some of my favorite. I think I have 3 in Dodger Films history. But it pisses me off because 2 of them where everyone got lit with me were like singles. The one walk-off home run I have, nobody got lit. And I remember too because Bobby was filming and he was like, all right, Spidey, let's tie it. And in my head, I was like, nah, let's end it. And because if I just got a hit, it would have tied it. But I was like, nah, we're going home. And then I hit the walk-off homer and I was like, oh, no way, I just did that. And like nobody met me at home plate. And I was like, really?
I don't remember if I was on your team. I might have been on the other team.
The only people I remember at home plate were Soup and Sierra. That's it.
Congrats. You're like, where's everybody?
Yeah, I'm like, where's my team, bro? Like, what the hell? Whatever. That is all the softball-related questions. So now we're going to sports-related. So the first one, what do you guys think, or who do you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to go with Eagles. I feel like the Chiefs this year, that's also one of the top teams I know. We've seen them in their weaknesses, and I feel like they do get carried by refs in some games. But
Is the bias really that bad?
Sometimes it feels like it. Sometimes you're watching and you're like, another one. But yeah, I'm going to go Eagles. And I mean, another favorite's the 49ers, but they have also been showing their weaknesses lately. And yeah, so I'm going to go Eagles. They look the most together as a team. They got their playbook down. They know how to run everything properly. So I'm going Eagles.
Yeah.
And Mobo doesn't know football that well. So
I'm just going to say Eagles as well. From at least the most football that I've paid attention to, he's right. They're the most balanced team. You know, they're playing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're showing up.
Yep. What is your favorite NBA/NFL team? I'm sure you guys all know MLB. We're both Angels fans. And I've definitely made my fandom known for these sports, but I'll let you guys know again. Football, it's the Seahawks. I love the Seahawks. We actually just traded for a defensive lineman, a very good defensive lineman, this morning as I'm filming this. Yes.
Who'd you get?
Leonard Williams from the Giants. So
Nice.
I'm excited about that. And then the Lakers for NBA.
For me, I would say the Lakers is pretty much no-brainer at this point. I don't follow basketball religiously.
Don't be a Clippers fan.
But I was going to say my boss recently was explaining to me the whole reasoning behind Clipper hate, I guess. And it's pretty much like, dude, you're in the, like, when you think of Los Angeles, you think Lakers.
I've also explained it multiple times. Baseball, Angels, Dodgers. I get it because they're at least an hour away from each other in different stadiums. The Lakers and the Clippers play in the same arena, and one is miles more successful than the other. And you're like, you know what? Clippers. Who have not won a single championship.
Like, bro wants to be different so bad.
Like, you literally get a choice. And if you, early on, pick Lakers, nobody will judge you going forward. So it's like, just make the smart choice.
What's kind of wild to me is to think you guys, like, okay, the Lakers had Kobe for X amount of time. If you were just getting into basketball and you're not picking the Lakers, is like kind of wild.
And the legends that have played for our team, Kobe, Magic, Jerry West, Shaq, like LeBron currently.
Roster.
Like, you got to be delusional if you're picking the Clippers.
How many good, like really good players have the Clippers had?
I mean, legends.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Chris Paul is going to be one of those guys at the end of his career, but he never won anything there. I feel like the Clippers just have a lot of flash in the pans. Like, they were hot in the moment for a couple of years. Like, Blake Griffin when he was there. Kawhi and Paul George right now. It's just, the scales are so unbalanced. Just be a Lakers fan. All right. If the Angels were never an MLB team, what team would you root for? It's pretty self-explanatory for the both of us if you really know us and have paid attention. My NL team's the Padres, so I'm choosing Padres. It's still California. My hate for the Dodgers is too sky high to where I'd say them. So, yeah, Padres.
I feel like I'd still be a Mets fan.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. If you know us and pay attention, you'd know our answers already.
I probably would be a Mets fan, although I honestly got to say it'd be hard not to be a Dodger fan. It'd be really hard. If the Angels were not here, it'd be pretty fucking
It's hard to tell because if they never existed, then, yeah, I probably would have been a Dodger fan.
It's kind of wild, huh? In an alternate universe, you're just rocking the blue.
Yeah. No. All right. Favorite MLB stadium? I've been to 25. The only ones I'm missing are Rays, Orioles, Nationals, Guardians, Reds. So I'm going to go with PNC. It's always going to be my answer. I wanted to go there because I knew it'd be beautiful, and I was right. So, yes, Pirates, PNC.
I think I've been to six or seven stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I say Fenway a lot. But honestly, I love Citi Field. Yeah. Citi Field is beautiful. It's huge. And I love the little bridge center piece.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know that was there. So when we got there, that was a nice little surprise. There's like a little, Manhattan?
It's kind of like Brooklyn. It's not a Brooklyn.
It's one of the New York City bridges. And it's like part of the concourse in right center.
Yeah.
And yeah, Fenway I'll always include. Fenway's amazing. And now, who do you want to dethrone Roman Reigns? We're switching to WWE now, which a lot of you, thank you, have shown love for as well since I started doing that content when I went to WrestleMania. So who would you want to dethrone Roman Reigns? If you don't know, Roman Reigns, WWE Universal Champion. He's been the champ for like 3.5 years now.
It's ridiculous.
It's too long. I hate it. He cheats basically to get every single victory. He rarely wins clean. But personally, I would love to see John Cena. It probably will not be John Cena. The answer that it most likely is going to be is Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. But I would just love to see John Cena do it because it's this crazy historic run. John Cena's a GOAT. And if he wins, he'd break the record for most titles of all time in WWE. So I think that'd be a perfect way to end it.
I totally forgot he was tied with Ric Flair.
He's
right?
tied at 16 with Ric Flair.
Oh
so
my
why
God.
not have him dethrone the GOAT
Yeah.
and get number 17 to become the GOAT?
I could see that happening and then like legit just him retiring. And be like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Like I'm done the champion. They vacate it.
It's going to be Cody Rhodes, though. I already know it is. Who would you want to dethrone him?
I'm just gonna throw a wild card out there.
Yeah.
LA Knight. Yeah.
LA Knight's facing him this Saturday for the championship. Did you not know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's literally at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia.
Well, I hope he
Yeah.
wins, man.
He's not going to, but that's the thing I've hated as I've gotten older watching WWE.
Is it that much predictable? Like,
You can read the
No.
storyline now. You can figure out. I can tell you exactly. Watch. I'm going to try and call this. This podcast is going to go up after Crown Jewel, but I'm telling you right now, it is October 30th. So the main event is Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso are like split up right now. They don't talk to each other. They're on different shows. Jimmy's still in the bloodline. So I guarantee you, here's what's going to happen. Jey wants Roman's reign to end. He's going to interfere in the match,
yeah.
make everybody think LA Knight's going to win, and then Jimmy is going to interfere after, and he's going to hit LA Knight with the bell or something, or Solo Sikoa, because Jimmy and Jey are both not on the match card.
Yeah.
So what else are they going to do besides interfere, as they always do?
God, I don't like that. I don't like how.
Here's how a
interference
Roman
is
Reigns
the thing now.
championship match goes. Opponent in control whole match. Interference, Roman wins. Pretty much. Yeah, thank you. Who is winning the Super Bowl and NBA Finals? Like I said, Eagles probably for Super Bowl. NBA Finals, I'm going to go Bucks. They got Giannis. They traded for Dame this past offseason. Stupid scary.
I have faith in the Lakers.
All right. Who will sign Shohei? The question that haunts me.
We'll get him back for 2 years.
Mobo says re-sign for 2 years. I am going to go Padres for 12. Yeah.
What, like 700 mil?
Honestly, he'll probably get $100 million pay cut because of his surgery.
Oh yeah. Forgot his damage goes around.
Whatever. If I was the Angels owner / GM, what do I do to make the playoffs? What do you do? We've tried.
What could we possibly do?
We've signed bullpen. We've signed pitching. We've signed bats. We've tried like every avenue. But at this point, I think you just gotta. We should have traded Shohei. That's what we should have done. Unfortunately, but too late for that. So now it's kind of just you got to ride out the young guys. I'd say if you can trade Trout, which oh god that hurts to say, then I guess you got to do it because
reality.
Neto is going to be our shortstop, which I love. Ohapi is our catcher of the future, which I also love.
Detmers will hopefully stay for the long run and just keep
Detmers, Shanwell started his. It's going to carry into next season.
Yeah.
Started his career with an on-base streak that is still going. So rely on the young guys. See what we can do with that. Mickey Moniak, solid. He did very good for us after coming over from Philly. So ride out the young guys, I would say. Yeah. Trout's just too injury prone. Shohei's probably leaving. I don't know. It's tough. Favorite off-season activity when baseball is over. So Game 3 of the World Series is today. So we're nearing off-season. By the time this episode goes up, we'll be in off-season.
Yeah.
For me, I guess I would say travel. It seems like all my travel friends like to travel around this time of year, which I'm not a fan of because it's always freaking cold anywhere else in the country or world this time of year. Like when we go to New York, it's supposed to be 50s, like constantly.
Yeah, good luck with that, bro.
50s and 40s.
Well, it doesn't sound too bad until you put yourself, like when we were in Chicago, it was like 60 degrees, like 55. The problem is nobody accounted for the wind.
Yep.
Nobody accounted how bad that was going to be, so I can only imagine. And then let alone your little stunt in Boston when it was freezing as you guys were doing the witch tour.
Oh, yeah. So
us Californians are delicate. We're delicate, man.
But yeah, and there was another time when I went to Boston with Art and a few friends, and my hands felt like they were going to fall off. It was like 30 degrees nearing 20. And I was like, this sucks. So yeah, travel I like to do in the off season, going to New York, which will have already happened when I'm actually there as this goes up. Japan in January. So, traveling's a big thing for me. Going to football games is fun. College football comes back around, NFL football, where my teams actually succeed and win. So yeah, nothing changes that much. You, sir?
I love same thing, but a little bit on the smaller scale. Like I like driving out, maybe let's say 2-3 hours out, just explore, see what the hell is out there, get lost on a mountain, see the sunset. Like just recently I went to the beach after like X amount of time of not going. It was beautiful, man. Nice. Just like getting into nature.
Nice. If you could choose any athlete in history to get a fresh restart on their career, who would it be? This is from my friend Nick. Great question. I think one of the most obvious answers, and I would love to see it happen too, is Derrick Rose, youngest NBA MVP of all time. Had that injury to his knee, devastating. Definitely changed the trajectory of his career. So I'd love to see him with that Trout get a fresh restart and do it right.
Yeah.
Because if he's getting a fresh restart, then we can do things differently, right? Right?
We can actually build.
We can not make the same moves. Like we don't have to sign Rendon.
Exactly.
So yeah,
exactly.
For me, Derrick Rose and Mike Trout.
Bit of a curveball just to see him like completely healthy. Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
Just to let him.
I mean, he's still had a great career. He hit over 600 something home runs.
Oh no, of course, but can you imagine him like completely healthy? Dude would have been just the greatest baller.
Yeah, he had a few, and not as much as Trout, but he had his injuries. If you were an MLB owner, what player would you trade for? On this second, this minute, this hour, this day, Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
Dude is stupid crazy. He is the definition of a five-tool player in 2023. He's got the speed. He's got the defense. He's got the bat, the contact, the power. First 70-40 player ever, 70 stolen bases, 40 home runs. I'm trading for Acuna. I would say Shohei, but I feel like Shohei's going to lose the pitching aspect as he gets older.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Acuna.
You know what? I'm going to go with Adolis Garcia.
Adolis. That's a bold one right there.
I mean, you know what? Right now, he's proving it. He's a young guy, but hey, you give him time to play, he's going to form into the beast that he is now. Look what he's doing. Yeah. He just broke the record in the postseason.
Yeah.
For the most RBIs. Like that's wild.
Yeah. One single postseason run.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
is still nutty.
It's a lot to bank on. I'll be real, but I mean, if this is your first time playing like this, getting here, who knows how many times you're going to be able to do it.
Did you ever think the Diamondbacks and Rangers would face off in the World Series? No.
Not at all. And
if you're saying yes, you're a liar.
Straight cap.
You want everybody to think you're cool? You're lying.
I called it.
No, you didn't. Nobody did.
Nobody saw it coming. Everybody thought the Phillies was just going to completely destroy.
This Diamondbacks team is more underrated than the 2019 Nationals team. That 2019 Nationals team made me have like, oh yeah, they could do it more than this Diamondbacks team.
Yeah.
So, no. Because at least the Nationals back then had Juan Soto and Scherzer. This Diamondbacks team, their best player, I would say, is Corbin Carroll. And he's a rookie. still like trying to prove himself. Had a great year, obviously, probably going to be National League Rookie of the Year. And their ace is Zach Gallen, who hasn't even been like on his best stuff until the most recent World Series game. So they're definitely more of a surprise than that 2019 Nationals team. So if you say you predicted this, you're straight lying.
Yeah, no, their pitching is immaculate to say the least. I mean, Brendan Pfaff, like, is
Fat dude,
crazy.
He pitched that game I went to, the NLCS.
Yeah, you were there.
So
You've seen him.
he dominated that day. So yeah, no, did not see it coming. What made you guys Angels fans? Another simple one that we can just kind of breeze through. They are very close to me. So the simple answer of I grew up here, they're the home team. And when Mobo got into baseball, we made sure we grabbed. We're like, you're not going to the Dodgers. No.
I had a good amount of people from softball telling me, like, dude, you should go to the Dodger games more. It'd be fun. And then these guys are like, hey, game's $2. Let's go.
And it's down the street.
Yeah.
This is your home team, like it or not.
Kind of hard to beat when the stadium is 15 minutes away from you.
Yeah.
To be honest.
All right. What is your dream job? I'm doing it. I didn't know it would be my dream job, but a YouTuber, content creator. I love making videos, especially vlogs, and yeah, I'm doing it, and it's a grind. And, you know, I love all you guys that show me the respect and the support. So thank you. And, you know, just got to keep grinding because it's tough competing in this world. So, yeah, I'm doing it.
Me personally, I'm just going to throw a super crazy one. I'd love to be like an F1 driver. Like an F1 driver or some
Makes
kind of
sense.
rally driver, just going balls to the walls every single time you go out, showing up, showing out. Can you imagine racing for like 24 hours straight? Just
No,
driving
I
24
can't.
hours straight.
My foot starts to hurt after driving for like 2 hours straight.
It's just, dude, they're built.
That's
so,
how long they drive?
Some challenge. There's a famous race called the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Dude,
And
screw that.
I mean, yeah, it's intense, but I feel like that it'd be so sick. The glory, the millions of dollars. Oh, dude, beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. I backed out of my questions. Here we are.
Oh, you're good.
What was the weirdest thing you or Mobo have ever signed for a fan? I'm going to keep encouraging this. Bring me weird things to sign as long as they are not too weird. But for me, it's definitely the potato or the carrot. I don't know what's weirder.
I think the carrot, just for having the little hair on the side.
Nah, I'm going to go with potato. He was the OG. He was the first. What the hell?
Didn't you sign a slice of pizza one time?
Yeah, I did.
I hope the kid did not eat it.
I don't think he did. I don't know. But yeah, the potato for me. You?
I'm going to say the potato as well.
Well, yeah, but you signed.
Yeah, I signed the potato.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It was in Arizona, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you were signing the potato, and then the kid like turned to me. He's like, "Can you?"
Oh, I didn't know he
Alright.
gave it to you.
I just went. I went like to the very bottom
Yeah,
of it.
potato. I mean, that's top of the list, but yeah, there's potato, carrot, slice of pizza, broken crock.
Forehead.
What's the little squishmallow?
Signing squishmallows.
Forehead, arm. There's some crazy things. I mean, but I keep encouraging it. Keep doing it. As long as it's not like, as long as my reaction isn't, what the hell, dude? No.
What?
Like, just not too weird. Like, weird, but not too weird. Like, don't be like that. Don't be the weird kid. Can bring a weird item, but don't bring an item that makes me think you're weird. Like, you know? Like, appropriate. There's the answer.
An appropriate.
It can be weird, but make sure it's appropriate. Okay?
Someone's gonna bring you like a liver.
Oh,
They got this out right now. You get it?
now I think we've entered into the etc. questions. I think I did that unintentionally, actually. I thought we were still on sports, but yeah, we've entered into etc. So, what is your go-to Taco Bell order? Nothing, because I don't like Taco Bell.
He hates it. He hates it. I've tried, and he's just not about it.
No.
He's not about the TV.
You know why? Because Del Taco is king. Put a crown on it, okay? What? You don't think I can hear your noises? I have headphones on, my man. I heard that.
I think Taco Bell's a lot better though.
It's not.
I think so. Hey, I'm a chalupa guy, number 6. I think that's what it is. That's my go-to order.
No, I ain't
Chicken
having
chalupas.
no other opinions on this. It's a fact. It's a state of life. Yeah.
What's your DT order then?
It's a nice little chicken quesadilla, which recently has actually turned into Chipotle honey barbecue quesadilla.
How was that?
You had it with me. It's bomb.
Oh, that's right. We had it.
And
We had it.
I think that's limited time, which sucks, but it's bomb. Then I get a medium fry and a side of queso blanco because that shit is so good. Oh.
I got a big side one time.
A big what?
Like, yeah, like the big side, the big cup of cheese.
Oh, I always get the bigger one.
Yeah.
They always ask you regular snack, and I say, you think snack's going to be enough for my entire meal? No.
Regular.
Give me an entire regular size big boy because I need it for my fries, my quesadilla. Hell, I might even get two. And even when I finish it, if there's leftover queso blanco, I can down that shit. I can just, that shit's so good.
Drinking like a shot of fucking ACV vinegar.
It's up there with like my top 3 condiments from like food places. Or like, would it be a condiment?
Yeah, it'd be a condiment. It's a sauce. It's
Yeah. So it's that
You can add on to
Chick-fil-A sauce. I could literally just eat Chick-fil-A sauce just straight out of the thing.
Just
Yeah,
squish it
it's
in.
bomb. And then Chipotle mayo.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't even a question, but I felt like everybody needed to know. Put you on the map right now. All right. What is the best motivation you've ever got, or what is the advice you've ever told to a person? Oh, we're getting deep here. Are you ready to go deep with me?
Oh, I'm right there already.
All right. I cannot think of an exact quote that anybody in my life has ever told me. I haven't stored one in my brain. But I guess I would say just generally that older people than me through my life have told me, do it while you're young.
Yeah.
Like traveling, last minute decisions. Do it while you're young. My grandma tells me this all the time. My mom agrees. Tony Todd agrees. Because once you get older, it's going to hurt more. You're going to be tired more. It's not going to be as fun. So do it while you're young. I went to the NLCS on a 2 days notice. I went to the WBC final on a night's notice. Do it while you're young. That would be advice I've gotten. And I'll tell you advice I'd give you guys after Mobo. Advice you've gotten.
Advice I've gotten. Easy one that my parents have just religiously put into my brain has been, it's in Spanish, but I'll translate it. It's called Ponte las pilas.
Oh, I've heard this before. He's told me, but I forgot what it means.
That's pretty much like just put the batteries in and let's go. Like you're going to get up. Life's going to suck. There was another guy, funny comedian, Joey Coco Diaz. You know, lift your balls off the ground. Get to work. Hurry up. Don't waste any time because you're young. You're here. You're present. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Just get in. Get it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't waste time, guys.
And now, advice I would give to y'all. Obviously, we are people you watch, listen to, maybe even look up to at this point, which is weird because that was me for so long. You know, you look to other people. Now you might be looking to us because we're at that stage. You always have yourself would be the first thing I say, because at the end of the day, the only person you can rely on is you. Okay? So don't put your expectations through others. You are the only, I don't know how to say it, but just have you. Okay? The most important person is you. If other people aren't going to be there to help you, you have to be there to pick you up. So there's that. Don't be afraid to do things alone. Don't let that stop you. I think Art had a very impactful. He was impactful on me with that. And he didn't even have to say that to me. That was just me watching him do things on his own. And he wasn't afraid of being judged for it or afraid to do it. Like, just do it. Don't let... Obviously, I prefer if somebody joins me on things, but if nobody is and it's something you want to do and something you love, do it. Who cares? I went to St. Louis by myself to see Busch Stadium. I went to the Home Run Derby by myself to see Ohtani in the Home Run Derby. Do it. If I were to let me going alone stop me, then I wouldn't have gone. So do it. Who cares? If you want to do it, I go to movies now by myself. If nobody wants to go see a movie that I want to see, and everyone's like, I don't really want to. I don't care. I want to see it. So I'm going to go see it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You go ahead.
Big one for me, honestly, that it took me a while, kind of like you said, and just piggybacking off of it. Enjoy solitude, but don't really depend on it.
Yeah.
That being said, like you said, go watch that movie by yourself. Shit, I'm even doing it in a couple weeks. I'm going to that festival by myself. I don't have,
Flogna?
yeah, I don't have everybody that I know is not going to Flognog.
I'm surprised.
I'm the only one that's going to be going. Believe it or not, it's my first time ever going to like a music thing by myself at all.
I'm surprised none of the children from softball wanted to go.
No, they don't want to show the money. But besides the point, enjoy it a lot because solitude is beautiful. But at the same time, it gets lonely. And like you said, don't be afraid to ask out that person that you've been eyeing for a bit, or you want to try something new. You just grab it by the balls and you go. You go for it. You don't stop for anybody but yourself. And always remember to trust your gut, because learn to depend not on people, because like Austin said, you're the only one that has your back. And only you're going to be able to grow it because, I mean, what's your life?
And just
you do what you want to do.
be careful what you say, because you never know who's spreading that, which I've had to learn throughout years of my life. And you think what you say isn't going to go back to people, and then people got big mouths and they just are like, me, and then it just causes stuff. And then the person who has the most worth for you is you, no matter how much, because you could care for somebody so much and you think, man, I give so much to this person or these people, and you don't see an ounce of that in return. So you worry about you the most, okay? And then find the people who will be there just as much after. That's my advice.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. And then I think that's all our Instagram ones.
You want to hop onto the YouTube questions now?
Yes, let's switch over to YouTube. We've gotten 5 more since we started the episode.
Oh, nice.
So let's see. All right. Why do you guys do Dodger Films, and who's your favorite person in the group? Why do we do Dodger Films? I mean, I just love playing softball. I love playing sports. I love being, well, at this point, throughout the years, being with the homies I've made playing these sports. So, yeah. And favorite person, I mean, Mobo, Javi, Gabe, Cowboy Jeff, Kershey. That's the little Jasmine, Cheyenne, Art, Cap. That's the circle we've created in the bigger circle of Dodger Films.
Me personally, I mean, it's a great way to stay active. Like you said, see people that you've grown with over the years, as opposed to trying to be buddy-buddy with someone you just met, or like it's awkward. It's really not. I mean, at this point, we're all close-knit family.
Yeah.
Favorite people, I mean, got to give forever ups to my boy Cap. He's the one that brought me in.
Oh,
introduced
sweater,
me to the
sweater,
family.
sweater.
Look at you forgetting your roots.
Well, he hasn't come in like 2 months.
Sweater, we need you. We need you, Sweat. But
I also personally haven't seen him in like 2 months.
Oh my Lord.
Reasons that don't need to be said.
Sweater's out there. He's floating. He's at the space station right now. That's why no one's seen him.
Go ahead. But yeah, keep going.
Cap. I mean, my boy Oz.
Ball.
Always got the white boy named Oz with you.
I'm the white boy at all the Mexican family functions. Yeah. They're like every single Mexican party has one white boy, and I'm the white boy in the corner. Like, that's me.
I mean, yeah, Dodger Films was something that just pretty much gave everybody an opportunity to just see the world. So
true.
Honestly, like, fucking wild.
When will Dodger Films end? Honestly, I don't know.
I think until Bobby just shoos us away.
Yeah, literally.
The minute Bobby shoos us away, it'll be, hey, you know what? Like, we're good. And I don't know. I kind of, it's kind of wild to me. I kind of hope we keep playing until we're like 50.
We'll be hurting.
Well, oh, dude, without a doubt, I'll barely be able to go down. Like, I'll barely be able to pull a double.
Dude, right now, nobody hits the ball softer. I think minimum exit velo off the bat is at least 70. Maximum react time in the infield is maybe 2 seconds.
It's pretty ballsy.
It's brutal. What made you become a YouTuber? And I mean, we answered the other half of that question. I was playing on a YouTube channel called Dodger Films. I don't know if you guys know it.
Really?
I already loved creating and doing all that. And I was like, this looks like a nice launch pad. I'm going to try. And I tried. And the launch pad was correct.
It worked?
Yeah, and still doing it. And, we're at like 240,000 something subscribers and want to get to 300 and 400, 500 and a mil and
so on and so forth.
Always want to grow. Always love doing it. Yeah, dude. What made you want to become a YouTuber, dude?
Oh, dude. Well, like my friend Austin gave me an opportunity to start this like podcast with him. And I mean, I know I'm getting the rocks out of my bag. I'm trying to see if I do want to commit to a YouTube thing, and if I do, I don't know how I'd want to even do it. But that's the beauty of YouTube. You make it your own.
Yeah, I mean, if you just do the podcast, that's fine too.
I mean,
yeah. And if you want to expand off the podcast, then you can.
Yeah. We'll see, guys. Let us know in the comments if you'd see a Mobo channel.
Like I said, there were some new ones that got added once we started recording, so I didn't have time to think about these. Who is your favorite character in movies, books, etc., or favorite celeb you have met? Character in movies? I mean, John Kramer. Very inspirational.
John Kramer.
Look him up. Great. Spider-Man. I mean, obviously I grew up, watching Toby. And celebrity that I've met. I'm going to exclude athletes because I've met so many MLB players on the field that I feel like that even make it harder to pick. I don't remember his name and I feel so bad. Cool. But there was a show called Cloak and Dagger, Marvel show, very short run. The guy that played Cloak, I forget his name and I'm so sorry, but he definitely gave myself, Gabe, and Kershey one of the coolest experiences meeting a celebrity when we were at Comic-Con and we were like halfway across the lobby and we noticed him and we were like, oh my God. And then he pointed at us, turned around, came all the way across the lobby to say hi and take pictures. So I would say he's up there. Eric Andre's up there. I have a great story meeting him in an elevator. Daryl Dixon, what's his real name? Norman Reedus, the guy from Walking Dead, badass. He was also great. Those are the ones that come to mind right away.
Me personally, I mean, a big obvious one is Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to think that, somebody of first generation Latino just went out and became so successful as he did.
Yeah.
That's super inspirational to everybody that I know. Even then, just super humble, super cool. I mean, I've seen his Instagram and you guys can check him out too. I mean, he goes to like these car shows in Pomona and he's always just out and about cruising with his dogs and I mean, traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, what else? He's been the man.
Yeah. I'm going to skip 2 right here just because they're ones that would take too much time to think. Like, greatest moment in MLB history, I can't, I need time to think about that.
Jose Bautista getting sucked.
By Rougned Odor. Favorite vacation? For me, I'm going to say Mexico City.
Yeah.
Paris was also dope with the softball crew. So those 2, top of my head.
Me personally, Wild Ball. I'm going to throw out there my trip to Puerto Vallarta.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to Mexico with my cousins, it was so much fun.
Oh, I remember your videos.
Oh, dude, believe me though. Like,
let me tell you, when he says fun, he means fun.
It was fun because there was a lot of adult fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, you know what I mean.
To say the least, but besides that, I saw more of my parents' home, and it was just beautiful. And to have it in our backyard, like we're in the U.S.
Yeah,
I mean, go explore Mexico. Go explore anything nearby. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Somebody here wants to know, from Bobby's early days of Dodger films, Bobby would mention an alien in his videos constantly. This could be something very obvious, and I'm not catching it, but would love if y'all can answer it. Okay, so
let him know.
It's years later. Bobby doesn't even make the Road to the Show videos anymore, really, that much. So basically, Bobby would be filming Road to the Show, and he'd be playing, and then you'd hear a cage rattle, and he'd be like, "Shh, quiet, alien," or like something like that. And he would pretend like he had a pet alien. It was literally just a sound effect of a cage rattling that he downloaded somewhere probably. And he would just react randomly, and then he'd insert the sound effect. So, yeah, that's it. Just plain and simple.
The lore was not that deep.
Let's see. Have I heard of the sport cornhole? Yeah.
There's a sport called cornhole?
And if so,
What?
maybe the 9-time world champion of cornhole could be on your podcast. Who is the 9-time world champion of cornhole?
Ask Alexa.
I don't
See if she knows.
I don't know. We'll figure it out after. Guy's first MLB game. What age? For me, I think I was 10. And I'm not 100% sure, but the opponent was either the Blue Jays or the Mets. And I know I sat third deck, the 400 section at Angels Stadium, on the third base side. But it's either the Mets or the Blue Jays. I just don't remember who it was. But I was like 10 years old.
I think my first baseball game ever, I was like three or four. And we went to go see, I don't know, Adam Kennedy was there. That's all. That's all for me.
Let's see. If I could bring back one player to Dodger films who doesn't play anymore, who would it be? I'm going to go with Taka permanently. Like, Taka makes an appearance every year, 2 years, but permanently. Like, we get him back to L.A. He's here to stay. Taka.
Here to play.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'd go with Go-Go's.
I loved
It
Go-Go's.
was fun to play with. Made some great plays, too, when we were playing with him. But great guy. Always a blast to have him. Go-Go's in my vote.
What is your favorite part about being an adult? I keep forgetting to clap, damn it. Having adult money. And no parent can tell you can't have that. Like, once you are well enough and you have your own job and you make your own money, yeah, having adult money is pretty nice. We have my WWE belt up there that you guys can't see. That I wanted it. I got it. Yeah. I want new shoes. I get new shoes. I want to travel to another country. I travel to another country.
Later.
Yeah. So having adult money is really fun.
I think the ability of, like you said, just having somebody not telling you what to do at all.
Yeah.
Nobody holding you back is kind of crazy because, like I said, adult money's cool. I mean, I love cars and I have 2 of them. So that took a lot of work, a lot of dedication for that.
Yeah.
But even then, just getting out and leaving.
Yeah, the driving aspect.
The driving aspect and just kind of making your own decisions, not depending on anybody.
Yeah. What's crazy to me is I don't consider that like an adult, like, oh, favorite adult thing, because we both got our licenses at like the right age.
Yeah.
Unlike most people I know nowadays, I know people that are in their mid-20s and don't have their license, and it drives me insane.
I know somebody that's almost 30 and doesn't have their license.
That's...
Can you imagine that, guys? Can you imagine?
Like, it should not be an adult thing to have your license.
Getting a license at 24.
No. That's why in my mind, I'm like, oh, driving. Like, I didn't consider driving because I got mine at 16. So... but yeah, basically just being your own you, and nobody can really... If you have not helicopter parents, which are just strict parents, then you can pretty much do whatever you want as long as you're not getting in trouble.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't do illegal stuff. You'll be fine.
Like, I think the craziest transition is when it goes from, can I go do this? Can I go over to so-and-so's to, I'm going to so-and-so's.
Don't wait for me. I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'll be home whenever. I don't know when. I have a key.
I can get in, thank you.
How did Dodger film start? Simple. Reddit softball game turned into big softball games.
What's Fireball's favorite cheese? Ladies and gentlemen, we still do not know that.
We will never know.
You guys should message Fireball Jimmy on Instagram and see what he responds with. Maybe it's Velveeta. Maybe it's Munster. Who knows?
Who has the most interesting job from the softball crew? I'll try to go down the line of jobs I know. Cisco, social worker, cars. That's all I'll say. I'm not trying to give away where people work. Cars.
Gio's is a pretty good job, but I mean...
Who?
Gio, but I mean, being respectful.
Oh, Gio, yeah. We're not going to say what Gio does, but Gio's got a cool job.
Fireball?
We'll get to Fireball. Hold on. Jeff, cards. Not cars, cards. Like, cards.
Baseball cards, football cards.
Once again, I'm not giving away where people work if that was your intention to try and be like, oh, I'm going to go now. Like, no, I'll just say what they do, but I won't say where. Sweater, valet.
Bobby's a YouTuber. If you guys
Bobby, YouTuber, if you didn't know that. I'm trying to think of our group. Art. I'm not even sure exactly what art does.
Art's just there.
Like some factory. I don't know.
Like management in the factory?
I don't know.
Part like that?
All I know is they're very lenient with his time off, and that's why he loves it so much. And chartreuse, taxes, Jasmine, media
Advertising.
manager.
Yeah, she's like in advertising.
Yeah, advertising.
Advertising with the media.
But most interesting, I would say, is Fireball, because we don't know what he does exactly.
He's told us multiple professions multiple times,
Like-
and it always changes.
Everyone we just said, I could at least give you an idea of what they do. Fireball, I literally have no clue.
We don't know where he is.
Yeah. That's yeah. So Fireball's my answer. Favorite childhood memory or piece of nostalgia? Love the show. It's another great question from Austin out there. Good
Nice.
name, bro. So I'm not gonna lie. When I first read this, I thought it was favorite childhood memory or place of nostalgia. So I'm also gonna answer with that. But childhood memory. My first home run when I was like 10 years old is always memorable. It was a grand slam on the Dodgers, unfortunately. The runner on second, Juan Acevedo, got hit in the head to get on base.
Ouch.
He was wearing a helmet.
He'll be all right.
Bobby was on base. Not Bobby Crosby. Bobby, not Crosby, my friend from my childhood. So it was cool to have him on base. So that's a childhood memory that I always remember and very fond of. Another one, this is so like obscure, but it's like one of those memories that like just sticks to your head when it's not even that crazy.
Yeah.
I used to have this friend named Jordan. She lived in our neighborhood. I'd go to her house. She'd come to my house. We'd go to school together. This is like elementary school. And she had a 2-story house. And we would take a hand mirror.
Yeah.
And we would hold it up to our nose so it looked like you're walking on the ceiling. Have you ever tried that?
No.
Come on.
I'd never tried that.
Yeah, you take a hand mirror and you put it up to your nose so then when you look down, it looks like you're walking on the ceiling. We do that all the time.
The hell?
So I guess that's like a little childhood memory that stuck to memory that it's very random, but I just remember.
Core memory for me, my parents had a 2-story house for a long time, and when we first got wireless controllers for our PlayStation 2, me and my brother were like testing how far you can go. And we ended up going like completely to the other side of the complex of like the townhomes we used to live in. Somehow still worked. And then we went directly to our backyard and it wouldn't catch. It's like the most obscure thing ever, but that's a core memory. Getting home, PBS, blasting on the TV.
How so much of it? For TV, I mean, for me, it was Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. Like mainly.
Me, it was like PBS, Malcolm in the Middle, American Idol.
Trampoline wrestling. Me and my friend used to trampoline wrestle all the time. I literally still have all the plastic belts that
I used to just wrestle.
It's funny. I just found them like last year, and one of them still had. We used tape and Sharpie for when a new champion, and one of them still had the tape on it. And so trampoline wrestling, we do that all the time. We were big like stupid pranksters in like middle school, high school, ding dong ditching, egging, toilet papering, TPing. That so video games, yeah, also huge nostalgia for me back then. GameCube, I remember I unlocked all the Super Smash Brothers characters in GameCube, and then my mom took the memory card out of the GameCube and it corrupted it. I was so mad.
While it was running?
I don't know. I came home and it was corrupted and the memory card was out, and I was like, I was so mad. I remember playing Nintendo 64. That was my first console. I remember playing Mario 64, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. Those games were goated for me as a kid. I had the SP. I had a PSP, DS, all down the line. Not all at the same time, obviously.
So if you had all of them at the same time, you were a big baller, bro.
Places of nostalgia, because like I said, that's what I thought the question said, but now we're going to include it. There was this place called Kids Planet way back when. And I feel like nobody else in this area remembers it. It was like this giant world that they put in this giant building. And it had like bridges, like trees. And it was just like a play place. And it was awesome. It was called Kids Planet.
Kids Planet. I'd never heard of that.
Yeah. Apparently nobody else did.
Did you ever hear of a KB Toys?
Yes.
With the yellow sticker on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like home for me and my family.
Yeah.
Always walking in and out of that. Core memory for a lot of people, hometown buffet. Was
we were a hometown buffet family.
The staple, thank
Yeah.
you. That was like the... Dude, if you went on a Sunday, oh my God, goated.
Yeah.
Goated for life.
We had a $3 theater in my area growing up, which is now a church.
Dude, the main place only should do dollar movies on Tuesday.
Dude, yeah.
Do you remember that shit?
No, because I think I've been to Main Place like twice in my life.
No.
Westminster Mall. That was where I went growing up. And then, which is sad because I just went there recently. I still go back there to get gifts because I'm like, oh, somebody's birthday's coming. There's like a million stores in here. So if I don't find something here, I'll find something here.
Yeah.
That mall, it's so sad now.
Dude,
so
really
many
empty?
stores are gone. So many.
What?
Yeah. And I think it's going. Like, it's going to be torn down. I'm almost pretty sure.
Dude, how long is it?
It
been
feels
since the 80s?
It feels abandoned. Like, it's so bad.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they just abandoned it completely. I mean, what's the only thing popping there? The John's Incredible Pizza?
I don't think that's even operating anymore in there. Yeah.
No, dude, I haven't been there
I've never been there.
I haven't been there. No,
Yeah.
like not even that. I haven't been to the Westminster Mall in like not
Yeah.
years, but good a long time.
But yeah, I mean, those were some places of memory, some pieces of memory for you guys right there. Has there ever been a fight during softball? Physically? No. Never. I mean, we've had shouting matches, but once the game ends, we're all just kind of like, all right. Like,
the beef's over.
it's like on the field, like beef. Like, it's just like, hey, what's up? What's up then? But like, we've all throughout these years kind of gotten to the point where we're like,
we can take it, but we don't take it seriously.
Yeah, none of us take it seriously. It's just kind of like banter between teams. And then once the game's over, we all get in the same carpool and we're like, all right, that was fun. Like, that's about it, I would say. Do you hate anybody in the Dodger Films group? You might be disappointed to find out. Me and Cowboy Jeff, we don't get along. Like, at all.
Is it official now?
Yeah.
The Austin v. Cowboy Jeff.
I'm going to put it out there.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeff, let us know when and where. The next podcast episode, you're getting into a fight here. 10 seconds.
What about you,
Body
dude?
blows.
Anybody?
You know what? I'm going to throw my beef out there.
Yeah.
Me and Red Shorts, we don't get along.
No?
Not like that.
No. Weird.
You saw the shirt? You see the shirt that I'm wearing right now?
Yeah.
Ripped it off of him.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just jacked it for it.
That's basically all he wears.
This shirt is the only thing he's worn for like 3 weeks.
Nah, we're playing with all y'all. No, we don't hate anybody. I just wanted to see how people reacted.
There's no beef at all.
Yeah, there's no beef. There's nobody that we hate. We're all buddies. We're all friends. There's drama from time to time, but like it doesn't get like, what do you call it?
Doesn't get out of hand. Doesn't get like ridiculous.
It's not, we don't hold on to it for like life, you know? So yeah, I mean, no, nothing's perfect. Like, think of it like a relationship. You're not happy from day one to in the dirt. There's fights. There's problems. You get over it and you move on.
And if you can't, well, that's when it should end.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no. Me and Cowboy Jeff are good. Him and Red Shorts are good. We just wanted to see how people would react. That was about it. Kind of like the Jimmy Kimmel, Matt Damon stuff. We did think it'd be funny if we tried to keep it a gag, like going for years, but
imagine they just start getting messages. Dude, when are you going to fight them?
Yeah.
Who? What?
Yeah. But yeah, that's our Q&A episode. So once again, thank you, Cap, for giving me this idea because it definitely helped. And thank you all for watching. We will see you in episode 43. You can listen to the Spotify version of this podcast, 2 p.m. on Thursdays. And
ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, Fridays, 2 p.m., the video goes up. So make sure to have that notification bell on. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Thank you, guys.
See you later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.